Hey everybody, time to scribble those anxieties away. This week I'll be showing you some Zentangles, and I ultimately will draw a big maple leaf and fill it in with these Zentangle patterns. The first Zentangle is called Navajo. The person who created it said that they were inspired by Navajo weaving methods or weaving patterns. And it's a little hard to see in my video, I apologize, but you'll be able to see it later. It's basically drawing X's on top of each other. This next pattern is basically like little flowers. And so you have a dark center, usually. It doesn't have to be. And then for the petals, you swirl them inside. It's very similar to patterns that we've done in the past on this channel anyway. And the nice thing about them is that they don't have to be clumped together. They can be very far apart and still count as part of the pattern if you are strict with yourself about these things. And this pattern is called Ear Jewel. I really like this next pattern. It's called Echo, and you start with a dot or a very, very short line, and then you make the lines longer and longer until you get to the center, and then you start to make them shorter and shorter again. And it's super simple, but it's very satisfying. I really like it, and I really like the way that it looks in bigger drawings, like what I do with the leaf later. It just really pops. It's very nice. This pattern may look familiar. It definitely looks like patterns we've done in the past, and very simple, just curved lines coming out of each other with little dots on the end. And you try to make them into little hearts, I would say. And it's called El Prado or Paredo, I'm not sure. This bottom one is called Mo Fins, and I think it's more fins because they look like little shark fins. There's so many variations with this, but I just did the very basic version for this. Your fall challenge code is Hayride, HAYRIDE, all one word, Hayride. On to the main event. So as I said, I'm just drawing a big maple leaf. It doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't even have to be a maple leaf. You could do this with any kind of leaf outline. And I did put a lot of lines, like the little veins in this one, but you definitely don't have to. You can make it as simplistic or complicated as you want. That is totally up to you. I thought at first I was going to keep it very simplistic, but then I decided to challenge myself. I went through and thickened the main veins with an ink brush from Faber-Castell, and the ink darkness is about the same as the Sharpie pen, but it just made the lines thicker so it wouldn't take as long. And yay for Inktober! That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this all in pen, is to practice Inktober techniques. Are you doing Inktober this year? You should do Inktober. You don't have to share it with anybody, but it's really fun to figure out new ways to draw with just a pen. So I started with the Navajo pattern at the bottom, and it's kind of hard to see that it is the Navajo pattern. I guess I should say I took elements of the Navajo pattern and went with it. And again, really loved doing the echo pattern on this leaf. I don't know, it kind of has the crosshatch style that a leaf in real life has, where you can see all the little lines crossing each other, but you can also see where the light comes through. So yeah, I think I could have done this whole leaf in just echo and it would have been beautiful. I did go ahead and mark out a few spaces where I was just going to go in with the ink brush again and black it out, just the little holes, just to give it a little more dimension. And I also left some white spaces, again, just to add a little something different so it didn't seem too crowded, and so the eyes had a moment of rest every now and then. I didn't enjoy drawing ear jewel on here. I don't think it works for this kind of clustered piece. I think it would be better if it could stand out more. Ta-da! I really like how this turned out. Not just because I slaved over it for 30 minutes. No, I really enjoyed doing this one. And I hope that you can make all kinds of stuff. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.